It hits the bat on a quarter swing from Herrera and redirects to the backstop. That stays 0-2. Pedro Pajes slated to be the opening day catcher. Yoel Pozo, who is in the line today at the first base spot, he's also a backup on this list. Herrera, though, can hit. He's behind 0-2 in the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Myers bounces back from the home run. Slider strikeout. He has struck out 2 of the first 3. And with the bases clear and 2 outs, here comes big right fielder Jordan Walker.
That was nasty. That was a right-on-right pitch that just came diving in towards the shins of Herrera.
Jordan Walker, a huge presence in that righty batter's box, playing right field today. 1-0 Cardinals just getting started. First pitch slider, spins high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Now Walker, former first-round pick, who has come up at a great start but has never really nailed it down consistently. 1-0. Breaking ball misses away, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. He has been on the list of guys, and even maybe a Brett Beatty could have been on this list a couple years ago. You come in, number 1 prospect, so much talent, so much promise, but a lot of struggle. 2-0 misses away, and it's ball 3. Beatty has started to figure it out. Walker, though, little by little, is getting there, but it's been slow.
Myers just deked out Lance Barksdale on a challenge. He went to put his hand to his head.
3-0 pitch. That's inside, so it's a 4-pitch walk of Jordan Walker. Now I'll go to first. Thomas Ajayci coming up. ABS challenge system has to be instantaneous this year. The pitcher, the catcher, the batter are the only 3 that can initiate a challenge.
That was like when a teacher, when you think you know the answer and you pump fake your hand and they call on you, are you going to answer? And you're like, no, I'm good.
You give them a weak answer and they go, well, you're on the right track. First pitch to Ajayci is a fastball strike at the knee. Ajayci didn't like that, but it's in there anyway. Count 0-1.
That's where you have credit for you being, you were in the right idea. You just didn't fully execute. Got a lot of half credit in high school and college.
Spin and a throw over to first base. Close play, and they got him. Tobias Myers picks off Jordan Walker, hooking up with Jared Young at first to apply the tag. Pickoff goes 1-3, and that ends the top of the first inning. 1-0 St. Louis on a Ramon Urias home run. That's coming up next on Odyssey.
At DSW, we ask the important questions, like, what shoes are you going to wear? Whether you're prepping for wedding season, festival season, or just planning the ultimate vacay, the right shoes can make or break an RSVP. So own the moment. You've got big plans, and we've got just the shoes, at the perfect price, of course. Get ready to get ready with Designer Shoe Warehouse. Head to your DSW store or DSW.com today, and let us surprise you.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Booth. Bigelow Tea, encouraging all Mets fans to grab a mug and tea proudly.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, now is the time to save on an award-winning Nissan at the Nissan Now sales event featuring the Rogue, Pathfinder, Frontier, and more. Bottom of the first, Port St. Lucie, Florida, 1-0 St. Louis. That Mets coming up against Matthew Liberatore, has been named the opening day starter for the Cardinals here in 2026, and it'll start with Carson Benj, Tyrone Taylor, and Bo Bichette. Boy, Carson Benj, you look up at the end of spring, he is hitting .406, 13 hits in 32 at-bats. Tied for the most hits on the Mets with Christian Pache. Again, spring training numbers, Pat, don't seem to mean anything. I mean, we'll get into Mark Vientos' spring numbers in a second. But when you're trying to make a team, those numbers are nice.
I'll tell you the one number that Carson Bench probably cares about is that number 93 on the back of his jersey, and he's playing his way out of that number 93. And, the high numbers are given to prospects, non-roster invitees that don't have the more desired numbers. And, if Carson Bench does make this team, he could be wearing the number of his choice because he's hitting that way. It's been really impressive. And what I've loved about Carson Bench from what we've seen is just the different ways that he's getting it done.
So here's the first pitch to him, left on left. Fastball misses inside at 92 miles an hour from Liberatore for ball one. Yep, the fat ones, the skinny ones, the tall and the small for Carson Bench, who uses that great speed. If he gets chewed up on a ground ball, beats it out, or he hits a ground ball so hard that it sneaks by. By the way, that last pitch was challenged by St. Louis and has been overturned from ball to strike. So 0-1 on Bench. The windup, the lefty's pitch. Bounces up there. That's 1 ball and 1 strike. But so far for Bench, of the 13 hits, 1 double, 1 triple, and no home runs. That's walked 3 times, struck out just 5, and has stolen a bag. Next toss, misses down low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. So, yeah, the power is something that eventually the Mets would like to see, but there's nothing that the Mets don't like about Carson Bench and don't expect him to get better at if he makes the team. 2-1. Takes low. Liberatore misses, and it's 3 balls and a strike. As far as power for Bench, again, he's only been in the Mets system for about a year and a half. Drafted in 24, played 15 games that year. I mean, I really didn't ask him to do much. Last year, though, 116 games. He did hit 15 homers. 3-1. Taken down low, ball 4. So Bench is on again, 4th walk of the spring. That'll put Liberatore in the stretch. And now Bench, this is another part of his game, is running. And, Pat, when we were down in Florida, we could tell with Kai Correa, the new bench coach, he'll handle a lot of the defense but base running. This team's going to be very aggressive running the bases this year.
Yeah, they're going to put pressure on the defense. They're going to force them to make decisions. Now, they're not going to be foolish on the base pads.
First pitch to Tyrone Taylor, skied in the air to right. Walker drifting back, shy of the track, makes the catch with that red glove, and fires in. So long drive for Tyrone, but a fly out to right.
But they're going to take 90 feet when they can. So in situations like that, if Bench had an opportunity to run, say he had swiped second base, all of a sudden Taylor hits a fly ball to right field, Bench advances to third, you can get him on. That's the type of situational baseball I think we're going to expect from the Mets this season.
1-0 Cardinals, last of the first. Runner at first, 1 out. Bo Bichette batting right-handed. First pitch taken at the knees, a changeup for a strike. That's 0-1. So again, Bo in there today playing shortstop. Just sliding him off that third base spot. Giving him a day. Carlos Mendoza did say that this was kind of planned ahead of time. 0-1 is grounded foul down to third base line, and it's 0-2. But I think it has a lot to do with the fact that the Mets are right now deciding, okay, who do we bring? Do we bring Benj and Tauchman? Do we just bring Benj, or do we just bring Tauchman? There's a lot of these little decisions going on to affect the marginal spots of the roster. 0-2, curveball misses high and outside. That's 1 ball and 2 strikes. But Bo, who came up as a shortstop, has moved off that position to play third for the Mets, which is what he was willing to do for a lot of teams in free agency. Liberatore set his throw to first. Benj walks his way back in standing. Bo did not grade out, speaking of teachers, did not grade out well as a defensive shortstop. Limited range moving left, right, but you don't need all that range when you're playing third. So he got it. 1-2. Fought off foul to the right. That was a very late swing that hit the netting and foul ground above the camera well, right at the edge of the dugout at the first base line. The exciting part about Bo Bichette is that he's one of the few guys who could, almost like an archer, pick out where on the field he's going to put the ball, line to line. 1-2. Grounded toward the middle, grab there at shortstop. by Moore. The race to second for the out. Throw to first. In time double play. So barely got to second before Bench did to start the 6 unassisted 3 double play. That ends the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, nobody left.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, the job works in your favor. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members buy more and save more on materials they rely on every day. Get up to 25% off select molding when you spend $1,000 or more, and up to 25% off Pergo Evercraft laminate flooring. Put Pro Savings Days to work for you. Members get more at Lowe's. Valid through 3/27. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit the Pro Desk or Lowes.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Sajasi misses outside for ball 1. Sajasi going all natural with those bare hands, gripping the bottom of that bat. No batting gloves. Pitch. Runs inside. Count 2 balls and no strikes. Or Sajasi, he was on Team Italy, the WBC, that had us all going, you know what? I should get an espresso today. Here's the 2-0. Fastball fouled back, and it's 2-1. I mean, I'm an Americano guy.
Yeah, you are.
I've got my new Nespresso, best Christmas gift I think I've ever gotten. It's like getting socks as an adult. You're like, I really need this.
Practical gifts.
Are you an Americano diesel fuel
I like
espresso
Americanos.
man? 2-1 to Sajasi, just missed outside.
Well, I live my life by a simple rule. I have about 5 of them. One of them being that coffee is the lifeblood that fuels the dreams of champions.
It's a mouthful. 3-1 on Sajasi. Myers fires. That pitch spanked in the air to right center field, sending Taylor on the run to the gap, and he makes the catch for the out.
But you and I, and our good friend Zach Weber as well, we enjoy coffee. I haven't really ever adventured into, like, I just like a drip. Like, I don't really drink the, like, espresso and stuff like that.
You just want the boring old house blend.
A dark roast, preferably, or a French.
Here's Joel Pozo right on right. First pitch fastball's in for a strike. That's 0-1. Everybody was
challenge.
We have another challenge here. This is from the hitter's side for the Cardinals.
And rain, I think, too.
That pitch was challenged, and it was incorrectly challenged. A strike has been confirmed as a strike. So now the Cardinals have 1 challenge remaining. Pozo, big open stance. And there are some of those fans looking for a little cover behind home plate. 0-1 pitch is fouled back, and it's 0-2.
Just wait 5 minutes. The weather will change.
Well, speaking of Team Italy and the WBC and the challenges, I don't know if you found yourself watching some of these games late, especially the way the U.S. and the Dominican game ended with a call that, to me, was just kind of a sadly egregious call to end that game on. If only we had the challenge system in the WBC. But we're happy to have it in Major League Baseball this year. 0-2. Curveball line to right center again. This time Taylor on the run is cut off by Benj, who jumps in front of him, moving over from right field. And those two crisscross, and Benj makes the leaping catch. Air Benj out there in right center.
Well, they played it perfectly because Benj went high, Taylor went low. That way you avoid any nasty collision. And fortunately, they flew past each other. But you remember back in the 23 World Baseball Classic when the pitch clock had been introduced to baseball and the shift rules had been implemented?
First pitch to Fermin, swing and a miss, strike one.
Which you remember the 23 Major League Baseball season. That was a pretty important one for us. But that's when all the new rules were implemented at the big league level, but they weren't being played in the WBC, so all these guys left and went and played by the prior year's rules.
0-1. Check swing, breaking ball down, look to first, no swing, says Carlos Torres, and it's a ball and a strike.
So had the challenge system been implemented a year earlier, it would have been available this year.
Well, it took me to a spot where, first of all, the 1-1 popped up, foul ground up the third baseline. Sanger, the catcher, out halfway up the line, makes the catch to end the inning. Well, you better save your challenges for the end of the game is the long and short of what I got out of the WBC. We go to the bottom of the second inning. So 1-0 St. Louis at Clover Park in Port St. Lucie on all.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Ever seen an origami version of the Statue of Liberty? Jokes aside, Verizon has the most ways to save on phones and plans where everyone in the family can choose their own plan and save. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metric True Score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person receiving the deal. Additional terms apply.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, save more on what goes into the job. Add power to your lineup with a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt 20-volt max tool. Plus, get up to 35% off select major appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, and more. Get the job done right. Keep more in your pocket. That's Pro Savings Days. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 3/27. Selection varies by location. While supplies last.
In New York today, 51 degrees.
Yeah, really nice.
Pitch to Vientos. Check swing on a pitch away. He did go around. The count is 0-2 on Vientos, who has struggled mightily this spring. But being here today at Citi Field, picturing opening day just a couple days from now, 51 degrees. Very doable.
Yeah.
0-2. Breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It was also at Citi Field where Mark Vientos hit a walk-off home run against Matthew Liberatore. And that's the matchup you have right here in spring. Liberatore's next pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt. Strike 3. Well, I brought it up before. Do spring training results matter? With that strikeout, and this is just reading the numbers, Mark Vientos is 1 for 29 in spring. Just going back to years past, I mean, Mark's never had a spring like this, but there are guys that have had springs like this, and then they go out and have great years. Here's Talkman left on left. First pitch. Fastball powered high in the air to left, sending Church back toward the track near the corner, makes the catch, walking his way into foul territory deep down the left field line for the second out.
And Carlos Mendoza has come out and said, he's talked to Mark. He said, listen, you're on this team. We're going to need you. And this lineup is so different if Mark Vientos is the Mark Vientos of 2024.
Here's Vidal Brujan. Pitch. Switch hitter batting right. He takes high. Liberatore misses for ball one.
The depth that it adds is that is some thunder in the middle of the lineup.
1-0 Cardinals in the second. The 1-0 rings in at the knees. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Count evens at a ball and a strike. And the thing, too, is the Mets really have not. You bring in a bunch of players to camp. They haven't really brought in any righty power hitter as a just in case. Pitch fought off foul to the right, and it's 1-2. Look at Tauchman, a lefty. MJ Melendez, a lefty. So there really is no, well, if not Vientos, then who?
Right.
Because the options that you're thinking about who will they bring are all left-handed. Liberatore is 1-2. Curveball powered toward right field. Here comes Walker, and he makes the catch. Brujan spanked it, but stayed up and on a line right at Walker to end the 1-2-3 inning. We're off to the third at Clover Park, 1-0 St. Louis on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Ever seen an origami version of the Statue of Liberty? Jokes aside, Verizon has the most ways to save on phones and plans where everyone in the family can choose their own plan and save. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics True Score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Wrapping up spring training. It is a long spring. Tobias Myers was in there for the first two innings. It is now Luke Weaver and Pat McCarthy both entering here. Play-by-play in the third.
All right, Keith, thank you very much. So Tobias Myers, his afternoon is done. Have to imagine that his spring is done as well. And a really impressive spring training for Tobias Myers, if that is his last appearance. So it is the former St. Louis Cardinal, Luke Weaver, 64 appearances with the Yankees a season ago. Made his major league debut with the Cardinals back in 2016. Cardinals ahead 1-0, top of the third inning. It'll be Nathan Church to lead off for St. Louis. Against the 32-year-old Weaver from DeLand, Florida. Right-hander from the windup in the first pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Behind home plate, Sanger sheds the mask. And it lands into the seats and out of play. And the count's no balls and one strike on Nathan Church. Starting today in left field for St. Louis. Luke Weaver signed with the Mets this offseason. Signed to a 2-year, $22 million contract. The 0-1. Drops it in for a strike, a changeup, and it's 0-2. Well, SNY right now has a shot of Carlos Mendoza along with Francisco Lindor, and he's pointing to the scar on his hand.
That is a nasty-looking scar.
A nasty-looking scar. The 0-2. Off the hands, popped up foul and out of play.
Looks like it's about 2 inches tall coming out of the wrist. And it looks like a dark brown thread. It is. Oof. Looks very painful. And you have to use those hands to try to hit 100?
Yep.
For 162 games?
No, thank you.
Yowza.
0-2. Swing a line drive. That was golf down the right field line, hooking foul. And it's still no balls and 2 strikes on Nathan Church. Top of the third inning, St. Louis ahead 1-0.
I was just talking to some people yesterday, actually, who have had the hamate bone surgery removed, and everyone's wondering, well, is Lindor coming back too soon? Is he pushing through pain? And it really isn't a pain problem with the hamate. It's just strength. You just have no strength in your hand.
0-2. Off the hands, fouled off.
Because it's not as if, okay, you broke a bone, let the bone heal, let the blood flow come back. No, they take the bone out. There's no more bone. It's gone. And it's just about not just pain tolerance, because that's not really a factor, but just grip strength.
Sixth pitch of the at-bat, the 0-2. Strike 3 call. He got him looking frozen with 93. And Luke Weaver wins the battle with Nathan Church. That brings Brody Moore to the plate. And you see guys that come back from the hamate injury, it just takes time. And they have to get the strength back in their hands. Moore, right-handed batter. First pitch, taken down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Moore, 25 years old. He's a non-roster invitee. 17th round pick of the Cardinals back in 22. Lance Barksdale comes out and calls time from behind home plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Weaver, a deep breath, rocks and delivers. Swinging a line drive, hit toward short, caught on the backhand by Bo Bichette. 2 up and 2 down for Weaver here in the top of the third. And that flips the lineup for J.J. Weatherholt. We're coming to you live from the Bigelow Tea broadcast booth. Bigelow Tea, grab a mug and tea proudly. We are proud to welcome back our great friends and partners at Bigelow Tea, who will proudly present the Bob Murphy broadcast booth here at Citi Field. A little green tea with honey right now. Sounds pretty good. Here's Weatherholt. First pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. You know, for that day game after a night game.
Or the 3 night games. And then a day game for you, Patrick.
Ball and no strikes on Weatherholt. 10th pitch of the inning for Weaver. And it's hit towards the middle and into center field, the base hit.
For those that don't know, what Patrick McCarthy is referring to is quite a wild 24, 36 hours when, if you've been watching the NCAA tournament, Brian Anderson not feeling well, they moved Jason Benetti from radio to TV. Well, guess who filled in on radio and had to drive from Jersey to Buffalo to do 3 games? And then, last night when you were done, go to bed somewhere on the highway, wake up, and drive here and do this game. So, yeah, you have a little green tea and honey, and
feel real good.
I brought you a sandwich.
Here's Ramon Urias, who homered back in the first inning. First pitch is wide. It's 1 ball and no strikes. It was fantastic. A little breaded eggplant, fresh mutts.
I thought you were going to talk about the tournament. Was
that was
fantastic.
great, too. But you know, my thoughts on the arugula. 1-0 pitch. It's hit foul and out of play. Counts 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, to connect this a little bit more, too, to New York, Sarah Kustok was your partner from the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, she was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome to work with.
Did you even get a chance to say hi, or you just jump right in there, tip
Sarah,
off?
Pat, nice to meet you. Let's roll.
Yeah, really.
Toss to first. Weatherholt back with a dive.
Some of those are nice, those assignments where you're kind of the emergency call because you don't have time to think.
There's no time to think.
Or overthink, for us in this profession. But I'm sure it would be nice to have like a couple minutes to think, right? Wait, who's playing? Who am I doing?
1-1. It's in for a strike. It's 1-2. As I said, nobody was going to feel bad for me. So you just go out and do the best you can. Ball and 2 strikes on Ramon Urias. And the pitch. Swing, a ground ball hit towards third, foul. Yeah, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. But, I mean, in all seriousness, it was an incredible day. And the first day of the tournament, and I guess that was day 1A, day 1B is going on right now. There's nothing like it. I mean,
all 4 monitors going at the same time, morning, noon, and night.
I mean, being in high school was right around when the streaming had kicked off, where you could stream it on your laptop or on a computer. 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2. And if you had the one cool teacher, they had it on.
Wow, I mean, that's a really cool teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Did not have any of those at
the
Chaminade High School.
The brothers weren't.
Well, the Marios are not as into basketball as maybe the Jesuits might have been. But that's another conversation.
Well, with St. Louis, winning yesterday. Next pitch is grounded towards second. It's bobbled by Bruhan, picks it up, tosses it on to first. In time for the out. And a scoreless third inning for Luke Weaver. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. We head to the home half of the third with the Cardinals on top 1-0 on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Ever seen an origami version of the Statue of Liberty? Jokes aside, Verizon has the most ways to save on phones and plans where everyone in the family can choose their own plan and save. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on root metrics, root score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
St. Louis ahead 1-0. Jared Young, Hayden Sanger, and Antonio Jimenez lead off against Matthew Liberatore. First pitch is a called strike. And it's 0-1. Did you have a chance to watch the tournament at all yesterday?
A little bit.
One pitch drops in, breaking ball away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It was a hectic day with our friend H. Rose, just checking in on him. But I did go into SNY last night, did the show. And it was nice that at the cubicles, you're just having a conversation and you overhear, like from a group of people that are gathered around a set of TVs. That's the best.
Now, the Cardinals did challenge the last pitch to Jared Young, and it was overturned. So it is now no balls and 2 strikes. So we missed the first pitch of the inning. 0-2. Down and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jared Young, 4 home runs last season, small sample size of the Mets, 22 games. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And it was 1 away for Hayden Sanger. One of the cool things that was happening in Buffalo last night was when VCU was headed to overtime against UNC, was during the Michigan and Howard game. Howard kept it tight. It was a 4-point ball game at halftime, and then kept it tight for about 5 minutes there in the second before Michigan became Michigan. First pitch to Sanger, breaking ball in for a strike. It's 0-1. But they had the VCU North Carolina game going on the video board as well. So we'd be in the middle of the game calling just a random play, and the crowd would erupt. The 0-1 fouled back off the mask of the catcher, Herrera, and it's 0-2. And on Westwood One, you're sometimes on the network, sometimes you're not, so they're bouncing around from game to game. So you don't want to spoil anything if they're going to be going to this game, but we're like, we've got to address this right now because they're just dribbling it up the court, and the crowd's going nuts because VCU just knocked off UNC. The 0-2, breaking ball, misses high and immediately challenged by the Cardinals.
Liberatore, the pitcher, was walking toward the third baseman, and he looked back, just tapped his head. Let's see here.
It was a strike. So Sanger down on strikes. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Liberatore. It's actually, it was a strike. It clipped the top of the zone. I thought that was going to end up right down the middle. It was actually a little bit higher than I thought it was going to be. But Barksdale flinched a little bit as well. Either way, that's why we have ABS. First pitch to Jimenez, misses low. And Herrera just shook his head at Liberatore.
Don't get cocky. They only have one more challenge. Don't be challenging now.
1-0 pitch, bounce back to the mound. Off the glove of Liberatore, fielded by Urias. He plants and fires to first in time for the out. Mets go quietly in the bottom of the third inning. And Matthew Liberatore's face the minimum through 3. Mets trail 1-0 on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Let's go, Mets!
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748.
Let's go to Mets.com/tickets. Matthew Liberatore walked off the mound and looks like he was joking with Lance Barksdale after the Cardinals went 2 for 2 on challenges.
Well, we have noticed that sometimes pitchers, I don't know if you've ever met a pitcher, but they're a little bit strange. They think that everything is a strike, and so they will challenge pitches that'll be inches off the plate. Now, he challenged one from the mound that was correct, and he wanted to challenge a second one.
New pitcher for the Mets is Brooks Raley, who replaces Luke Weaver in the top of the 4th inning. He'll face Ivan Herrera, misses wide. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Raley expected to be a key piece to the Mets bullpen this season. 1-0 pitch in there. Counts 1-1. Brooks rejoined the Mets halfway through last year. He was brilliant. 1-1 pitch, misses down low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Really didn't get a chance to see Brooks a ton in 2024. Got injured, eventually had Tommy John surgery. 2-1 pitch. Rocketed foul. Counts 2-2. Brooks then became a free agent as he rehabbed. Signed a contract with the Mets as he was getting back and healthy. Made a couple of rehab appearances and then was great down the stretch. 2-2 pitch misses low. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mets had an option. Decided to pick it up to bring Brooks back. He had a healthy A.J. Minter, and it's 2 really good lefties in the pen for the Mets. Payoff pitch. Swinging a ground ball, hit foul, third base side. Counts full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Raley rocks and delivers. Fouled off. Count still 3-2. Brooks was on the mound last week on the 15th when we last broadcasted a game, and he threw, 3 pitches before the rain came? Ready from the windup, flutters the glove, rocks and kicks home. Swinging a high fly ball, center field, pretty deep. Taylor going back, he camps under it, makes the catch. And there's one away. And Jordan Walker next to the plate. Brooks will turn 38 at the end of June.
I mean, I know in baseball timelines, that's an old guy, right?
First pitch to Walker is inside.
But Brooks just has such a youthfulness about him, right?
Yeah.
It makes him seem so spry. He has that funky arm angle. Doesn't throw overly hard. He's just good.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Good cutter. Counts 1-1. That's amazing about Brooks Raley, too, is just his journey to become a really solid major league reliever. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball away. 2-1. Two-way player at Texas A&M. Loves his Aggies. Eventually gets drafted as a pitcher. Reaches the big leagues with the Cubs in 2012. 2-1. Swing a rocket. Hit through the hole on the left side. A base hit for Walker. Walker stops at first. That'll bring Thomas Sagasi to the plate. But Brooks in 2012 and 2013 makes just 14 major league appearances. He doesn't resurface in the big leagues until 2020. After pitching over in the KBO. He was really good when he was over in Korea. Returned stateside. Pitched in 2020 with Houston and Cincinnati. First pitch is in for a strike to Sagasi, and it's 0-1. The breakout season for Brooks, though, was 22. A 1-pitch bouncing ball hit foul, third base side. No balls and 2 strikes. 60 appearances with Tampa Bay that season. He had an ERA under 3. Allowed just 37 hits over 53 2/3 innings. 3-2 pitch. Bounced it into the dirt, smothered by Sanger. And the count's 1-2. But 5 seasons in the KBO for Brooks Raley. 152 appearances, 151 starts. Tossed to first. Walker back with a dive. He was picked off earlier. Brooks' time in Korea came with the Lotte Giants. Another toss to first. And it's 1-2. Brooks came back stateside in 2020, and Dan Straley, longtime veteran right-hander, was the one that took his place on the Lotte Giants roster. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a changeup. Pozo next to the plate. Talk about weird times, obviously 2020. Remember waking up at 5 a.m. to watch KBO games on ESPN?
It's all we had, kids.
All we had.
It's all we had. That and classic reruns.
Yeah. First pitch to Pozo's outside. Snap throw back to first. Walker back with a dive.
But playing in Korea, I mean, people that go over there, they say that, there's no help. I mean, if you don't know the language, you are kind of on your own, but it forces you to look within.
1-0 pitch is swung on and lined out to right field, a base hit. Walker stops at second. Second hit allowed by Brooks Raley.
I don't think you necessarily get a translator like you would if you're a Korean or Japanese-born player coming to Major League Baseball. And so if you're an American-born player going to Korea, I mean, you can't. If you know a little Spanish in high school or Italian, you can maybe fake your way through Europe, but you aren't faking your way through Korea. And so, like I said, you have to work within. The coaches, everybody's speaking a different language. You have to figure it out by yourself sometimes.
Here's Jose Fermin. First pitch in for a strike. It's 0-1. I remember asking Jeremy Hefner last year about why guys come back and have success. Like, what does he think is the biggest thing? He said a lot of times guys mature when they get over there. The 0-1, it's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, maybe they figure something out, right? Like Reed Garrett goes to Japan, figures out the splitter, changed everything, right? He said, but a lot of guys just figure things out on their own because they don't have a choice. And they mature as people. They get older. 1-1. It's down low. It's 2-1. A lot of times they make some money.
That helps.
That helps.
Those leagues do pay pretty well.
Pay very well. But it's a sacrifice to go over there. 2-1. Ground ball hit towards third. Foul. It's 2-2. 1-0 St. Louis, top of the 4th inning. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. But for a guy like Brooks Raley, he's parlayed that into a pretty impressive second half of a big league career. 2-2. Golf down the left field line, hooking foul off the netting.
He has thrown a lot of pitches in this innings, up to 23 of them. Mets to have a minor leaguer, Gregory Lewis, warming up in case Raley can't get through it. One of his final tune-ups before Thursday.
Raley a deep breath and a check on second, the 2-2. So in a ground ball hit towards third. Fielded by Jimenez. Goes the short way to second in time to get Pozo. Fielder's choice goes 5-4, and that's the end of the top of the 4th in a scoreless inning for Brooks Raley. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the home.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Returning to school? Changing careers? Adelphi has a program for you. We're ranked among the country's best colleges for adults because we make it easy for you to fit studies into your busy life. Whether you're ready to start college, return to finish your undergraduate degree, earn a graduate degree, or professional certifications, you'll find it at Adelphi, where students can expect extraordinary at any age. Adelphi.edu/adult programs. That's Adelphi.edu/adult programs.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Carson Bench leads off against Matthew Liberatore. First pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike. It's 0-1. Mets Hall of Fame induction ceremony coming up as well as the reunion for the 86 team. A one pitch missed low. Counts 1-1. One pitch. Down low. It's 2-1. Did you get a chance to see any of the giveaways at the event the other day here at Citi Field?
Oh, there was only one giveaway I was interested in, and that was the food they were giving away. Were they giving giveaways?
Well, they had them on display.
Oh, yeah, I went right by those. It was eating time, Patrick.
1-1. Breaking ball away. It's 2-1, so it's 3 balls and 1 strike. What was the best thing you ate?
Oof. Well, I think everyone's kind of talking about this 999 challenge box.
3-1. Fouled off. It's 3-2.
I know that the one thing is a bunch of my friends call me, hey, Rad, how much does that thing cost? How much does that thing cost? I don't think I know if there was a price next to it, but, you know, it's not the full-on 9 full-length hot dogs, 9 fully poured beers. It's the cuter side of
They're
things.
tapas style.
Yeah, sure.
Payoff pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball foul. That one hit Herrera behind home plate. The count's 3-2.
It's like a Little League game, right? There's only 6 innings. The bases are 60 feet, 6 inches. But they are, as our fearless leader, Ray Martell, responsible size, which is,
yes,
I think the point of it, you know, when you go to the concession stand, it's only 2 per person at one time kind of thing. So they are a responsible size. For those that don't know, you have to finish 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, and you have 9 innings to do it.
9 times?
It's a lot. It's a lot. How far do you think you could go?
I don't
Just
know.
on the hot dog side. How many, you have 3 hours.
No
How
way.
many
Nope.
Just 0.
No, like 2. They just... Listen, we were all in college at one point. We've all gone to Dollar Dog Night and stuff like that at a minor league game. Been there, done that. Don't need to do it anymore.
So in your heyday, this was easy pickings for you, Patrick.
Oh, on a Dollar Dog Night? Oh, forget about it. At the Trenton Thunder? Game over. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Bench down on strikes. Liberatore's cruising with 1 out here in the 4th inning.
It was good to see Mookie Wilson, though, there. I mean, I had one of his pulled chicken sliders. They were delicious.
His barbecue's fantastic.
A great, kind of a lighter barbecue sauce to him. That was nice to see Mookie out there. I know he was having a good time. There was another thing, too, that I took a picture of, which was the kind of a baked potato Reuben design.
There's Tyrone Taylor. First pitch called strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, I saw that one. Walk me through the baked potato Reuben.
Yeah, so it's not a full giant baked potato. It is handheld size, so it doesn't kill you.
The 0-1. Line back to the middle. Off of Liberatore. Fielded by Urias, who tosses it on to first. In time to get Taylor, 2nd out.
So a little corned beef on top, then some melted Swiss, and then a little bit of that Thousand Island dressing. I mean, it was for me, it was a showstopper.
No sauerkraut? Oh.
If there was sauerkraut in there, Pat, 2 bites and it was gone. I'd have no idea.
Here's Bichette, takes the first pitch for a called strike. It's 0-1.
If it's 2 o'clock here in New York. If you haven't eaten yet, sorry if I'm pushing you over the edge here on a Friday, but it was this place is the best for food, truly.
A 1 pitch, bouncing ball hit towards shortstop. Big hop for Moore, who tosses it on to first in time to get Bichette, and that is the 3rd consecutive 1-2-3 inning for Matthew Liberatore. He has faced the minimum through 4. 1-0 Cardinals. We go to the 5th.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
What can you expect at Adelphi University? You can expect extraordinary. Classes, smaller. Scholarships, generous. Graduating salaries, higher than the national average. Top-ranked academics in healthcare, STEM, the arts and humanities, social work, psychology, business, and teaching. Plus, award-winning career guidance. And coming in fall 2026, career-focused graduate programs in New York City at our new Manhattan Center in Midtown. Wherever you're going and whatever your goal, you can expect extraordinary. Adelphi.edu/admissions.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Back here in Port St. Lucie, Florida, top of the fifth inning, Mets trail the Cardinals 1-0. New pitcher, Keith, Brian Hudson.
Yeah, big guy, lefty, who was traded over early spring. Spent last year with the Brewers and the Chicago White Sox. Intriguing character, this Brian Hudson. I mentioned he's a big guy, 6'8", 250 pounds, facing Nathan Church. First pitch, left on left. Fastball misses high for ball one. Now, Hudson does not throw incredibly hard. I mean, these days you've got, the guy who's going to start opening day for Pittsburgh against the Mets, Paul Skeens, throwing 100. Hudson comes in about 92. The 1-0 misses outside. That was 91. And it is 2 balls and no strikes. But he was somewhat sought after. Mets picked him up in a trade with the Chicago White Sox on February 10th. So right as camp began. 2-0. Missed away. 3 balls and no strikes. Now, thinking about lefties, we just saw Brooks Raley pitch a 4th inning with no score. We know that A.J. Minter is coming back. And insert Brian Hudson. 3-0. Missed inside. So 4-pitch walk, putting Nathan Church on to lead off this 5th inning. He has pitched 3 times prior this spring. He's given up 3 runs in 2 1/3 innings. So it's not been pretty. There's been runs in 2 out of the 3 outings that he's had. But the Mets like his stuff and want to see what he can do here in spring. And it's his chance to let him know what he can do. But he walks the first batter on 4 pitches and will face Brody Moore. First pitch, runner goes. Throw down by Sanger is in and out of the glove of Brujan. And Church dives into second safely with a stolen base. A good jump by Church, even with a lefty on the mound. Now, I mentioned Hudson is a big guy, so it's a lot of moving parts to lift the leg and lunge home. And in all that time, Church able to swipe second. The pitch to Moore was a ball, so it's 1-0, and now Hudson's missed with 5 out of the strike zone. Cardinals 1, Mets nothing. Top of the 5th in Port St. Lucie. Pitch. Fastball's high, make it 6 in a row out of the zone.
You just mentioned Paul Skeens, and I apologize for interrupting you before you were going to do a wonderful read. His college teammate, Dylan Cruz, was just optioned by the Nationals.
Church 2-0. Bunt shown, and it's bunted in the air toward first. Drops in foul ground beyond the reach of the charging Jared Young. That bunt went about 45 of the 90 feet up the first baseline, but foul. So Young couldn't get a hold of it. So Dylan Cruz, like you said, Paul Skeens' college teammate. He was drafted right after Skeens was, 2nd overall, 2023. Mets saw him the last 2 years. He played 85 games last year, hit .208. You could tell that he wasn't quite a polished hitter. There were a lot of holes in his game, and I guess the Nationals are going to hold him back. 2-1 to Moore. We'll have to wait as Hudson spins and just floats one to second base with no tag on Church for a disengagement. Now, the Nationals are not supposed to be very good this year. I thought last year they'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Dave Martinez not brought back. Mike Rizzo not brought back. Wholesale changes by guys under 35 over there now. 2-1 pitch is bunted toward third. Here comes Jimenez charging, throws on a run to first. In time, nice play. Bruhan getting over to cover, but it's a sacrifice bunt for Brody Moore. A nice play by the new third baseman. Guy was drafted last year for the Mets, Antonio Jimenez, third-round pick out of UCF, came charging in, reached down with the glove, and then threw on the run. And all the while, Brody Moore, the guy who laid the bunt down, as he was running through first, extended the arms, looked at the umpire, and thought he might have beaten it, but
he was out by like 3 steps.
Here's J.J. Weatherholt with a runner at third and 1 out. First pitch, Hudson delivers a strike. And it's 0-1.
Yeah, I really thought the Nationals last year could have been a team around the 500 mark. I thought they were. I thought they were going to be the Marlins.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. The Marlins will be better this year too. 0-1. Weatherholt hits a high drive to right field. Bench going back, slowing down, makes the catch with the sunglasses on, fires in toward the second base bag. All the while, Church sprints home to score from third, and on the sacrifice fly, Cardinals have a 2-0 lead. So they went as old school as it gets. Get him on, get him over, bunt him even further over, and drive him in with the sac fly. So a manufactured run by St. Louis. 2 outs now, bases are clear, and here's the guy that hit the home run for the Cardinals. 2 batters in, Ramon Urias. He's a right-hand batter. Pitch. This is a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. Mets baseball brought to you by 4-Leaf Federal Credit Union. Let's money together. Hudson closed stance, deals home. Sidearm sling, misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Mets taking on the Cardinals today. They will see St. Louis for their first road trip. 2-0. Way outside, ball 3. Of course, it is the Pirates here. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. And then right out on the road, Mets will go to St. Louis for 3, and then San Francisco for 4. 3-0. Outside. So Hudson's got another 4-pitch walk in there. That's not great in one of your final tune-ups trying to make a team. So he's walked 2 batters in the inning. And Hayden Sanger is going to go out and talk to Hudson. Meanwhile, have you seen, of course, the Yankees are playing the Giants Wednesday on Netflix, and little by little we're seeing who's going to be calling the game and working the studio. I think Jameis Winston was announced that he's involved.
Just saw that earlier today. Yeah.
Now, when I was in college was when Jameis Winston was stealing crab legs, licking his fingers, and having all kinds of fun. I loved him then. And then the fact that the Giants signed him, I was excited for him because he's just so much fun.
He's so much fun.
And then you hear from him, and he's even more fun as a person, let alone a player.
Well, and people forget he was a tremendous baseball player.
True.
At Florida State. Yep. And then eventually, like a lot of guys, transitioned to football full time. But, I mean, he was a really good baseball player for the Seminoles. But he is just one of the all-time great personalities.
Brian Hudson back out there, throws to first, and back with a dive, Ramon Urias.
And I really hope, like, it's genuine. Like, I just hope that's him. Just,
I think
like
so.
He just loves life all the time.
Runner at first, 2 outs, kicking a throw home. Pitch misses high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Like, you meet him, he's just got the biggest smile on his face. He's so happy to see you. That's what I think of when I think of Jameis Winston.
Electric.
Yeah.
1-0. Missed outside. Throw down to first base. Close, but late. Arias back with a dive. Hayden Sanger behind home plate. He knows this has been a struggle inning for Brian Hudson on the mound in this spring game. He's just trying to find it out on the bases.
But we were talking about guys going to Korea, and, sometimes they mature and they grow up. Like, talk about somebody whose reputation has changed so dramatically.
2-0. Bends in for strike 2-1.
He was getting, obviously, the arrest for the crab legs. He was suspended at Florida State for a half, and he still warmed up for the game. Now he's beloved.
2-1. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. Because you kind of look through and you go, this is just a kid in an adult's body. He's just so young in life.
Imagine if we were all judged for the actions at 16, 17, and 18 years old.
2-2. Fastball misses high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Some people are, but if you look at what Jameis Winston did, I mean, is it really egregious? Right?
I guess that's a good point.
I mean, who hasn't gone back for an extra shrimp cocktail, right?
Yeah.
3-2. Runner at first, 2 outs. Hudson kicks and throws over. Runner back in safely. That is Ramon Arias at first base. Ivan Herrera, the batter. But the Cardinals will wear their road gray uniforms this afternoon. 2 little red birds on that yellow bat. Payoff. Popped up, fouled away to the right side. It stays full on Herrera. I think they were playing the Lions when Jameis Winston got a start for the Giants. That was another forgettable season for the G-men. But it was a designed run for Jameis late in the game against the Lions. I've never been happier for 5 minutes as a Giant fan in the last decade than watching that touchdown run. A little something to put a smile on your face. 3-2 again. Popped up, sky high behind home. Sanger turns, lifts the lid, and watches it go foul.
A lot to be excited about as a Giants fan now.
Oh, yeah. When you have a man like Harbaugh running it, you know that the baseline's going to be at least 500 just walking in the door.
Yep. It's a new standard.
Thank goodness. Hudson's 3-2. Crushed. Deep left field. Talkman back track looking up. Gone. My goodness. Ivan Herrera, 2-run home run off Brian Hudson, who just wants this inning to end as 4-0 St. Louis. So you have Hudson here who walked 2 batters, and both of the walks were on 4 pitches. He's already given up a run, now giving up 2 more runs with this 2-run home run. Mets do have somebody warming up in case they want to pull Hudson here, but it's just not been a great inning at all for Brian Hudson.
That pitch was up and out over the plate, and it was crushed. There was no doubt about that one off the bat. Talkman gave it a courtesy run to the wall, but that was long gone.
And Hudson is out of the game, so a new pitcher coming in. We'll step aside. It is the top of the 5th inning in Port St. Lucie. 4-0 St. Louis on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Kids would do just about anything to avoid the dentist. That's why Emu Health Pediatric Dent.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
What can you expect at Adelphi University? You can expect extraordinary. Classes, smaller. Scholarships, generous. Graduating salaries, higher than the national average. Top-ranked academics in healthcare, STEM, the arts and humanities, social work, psychology, business, and teaching. Plus award-winning career guidance. And coming in fall 2026, career-focused graduate programs in New York City at our new Manhattan Center in Midtown. Wherever you're going and whatever your goal, you can expect extraordinary. Adelphi.edu.
Christopher Gomez is just going to try to get the final out of this top of the 5th inning. He's Pat McCarthy. My name is Keith Rad. We're just days away from the last spring game, which is Sunday. We will be with you again tomorrow, our final spring radio broadcast of 2026. And that is a 1 o'clock start against Houston tomorrow afternoon. Jordan Walker stands in to face Gomez. Gomez on the first base side of the rubber. From the stretch, deals. The pitch popped up. Oh, this is going to be real easy for Christopher Gomez. Bo Bichette circling near the second base bag, looks up, makes the catch, nearly trips over the bag at second, but holds his feet, and that ends the inning. So Christopher Gomez, I'm not even going to say good afternoon, good evening, and good night. It's just bye. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 4-0.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Hey, America, want to save $1,000? That was a rhetorical question. Switch to Spectrum and save $1,000 guaranteed. Seriously, you can hold us to it. We call it the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. Just get fiber-powered gig internet for just $50 a month. And when you switch 2 mobile lines, we guarantee $1,000 of real savings in your first year, or we'll cover the difference. Again, that's a guarantee. You don't get many of those in life. Learn more at spectrum.com/get50. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial lines. Restrictions apply.
Tour. I count 0-1. Well, for a spring game, Matthew Liberatore looks dynamite. Showing 4 scoreless so far, 40 pitches. Here's number 41, and it bends a little bit low by Vientos' shoe tops. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vientos, Tauchman, and Brujan. That's a 1 base runner against Liberatore. That was the first batter of the game. 1-1. Vientos hits a sharp ground ball to short. Picked off by Brody Moore, sliding to his left, and he zips it across in time to retire Vientos. Well, the thing about Vientos and the spring numbers is now 1 for 30 in spring. It's just as a competitor. I know you're getting ready for the season and maybe you're working on some things, but it's got to gnaw at you a little bit,
no
right?
Doubt. It's got to.
There are balls that he has hit hard. There are balls been knocked down by the wind. Tough luck. It's a small sample size. In a season, you get 400 or 500 at bats. He's had 30 or 40. First pitch to Tauchman is bunted, but bunted foul down the third base line, and it's 0-1. So that is one thing to watch too. Is how will Vientos start the year? He's always been a slow starter. Even going back to his minor league days, just knowing Mark, he's always had a slow start. Anytime the season is ramped up. But when he turns it on in April, is he just going to be there? I mean, that's the magic of some of these big league players. Liberatore is 0-1 to Tauchman. Big curveball stays high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Some defensive changes for the Cardinals. Ramon Mendoza is at second base. Trey Page is at first. The 1-1. Now the curveball, this one also high. 2 balls and a strike. Yohel Pozo, who was at first, is now catching, and Ivan Herrera is out of the game. 2-1 to Tauchman. That clips the top of the zone, 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 2-2. Beautiful sunny day in Florida, 74 degrees. That time called by Tauchman before the 2-2. Now, Will Smith of The Athletic reporting that Tauchman's deal has an opt-out in there on the 25th of this month. 2-2, just a little bit low. Liberatore did the old walk-off as if it was a mic drop strike 3 at the knees, but Lance Barksdale pulled him back. Those two have had quite the fun time today.
Yeah, I think it's good that this is a spring training game.
Here's the payoff to Tauchman. Swing and a miss. Looked like a left-on-left changeup, which is a very confident pitch. But that's kind of confident day that Liberatore has had. He has struck out his 4th Met. He's thrown now 4 2/3 scoreless and hitless innings. 4-0 Cardinals, bottom of the 5th. 2 outs to bring up Vidal Brujan. But for Tauchman, it's basically a contract that says, use me or don't use me. And that's the question the Mets have is, Brujan fouls the first pitch off. Who will they bring? Vidal Brujan is also trying to be one of the guys that the Mets bring with them north. He would be a bench player, switch hitter, infielder type. 0-1. Fisted toward the right side. It's a base hit. Bounce its way past Mendoza at second and Page at first. Saw Brujan with a single the other way. Jared Young will stroll in. All fans attending the Mets home opener on Thursday, that is again March 26, will receive a 2026 magnet schedule courtesy of Delta Airlines. For tickets, go to Mets.com/promotions. First pitch to Young, right down the pipe for a called strike one. 0-1 on Jared Young, who played for Team Canada in the WBC. And, of course, was won by Venezuela, defeated the United States. 0-1. Curveball popped up, left field line, and fouled. It's 0-2. Did you see the embrace? Carlos Mendoza and Omar Lopez, who was with the Houston Astros as their bench coach, but was the manager of Venezuela. That clip of them hugging and crying, you want to know how much the WBC means? That's how much it means to these guys.
No question about it.
That was beautiful. 0-2. Young hits a high fly to left center field. Sajaci gliding over, makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, one hit, one left. We're through 5 in Port St. Lucie. 4-0 St. Louis on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
First pitch to Thomas Sajaci is fouled off for strike one.
I love when we just make things up.
So Hudson, we mentioned, was out there for the fifth, faced 5 batters, walked 2, gave up a 2-run home run, came out of the inning, but in spring, 0-1. Missed low, 1 ball, 1 strike. What do we say, Patrick?
Everything's made up and the points don't matter.
So Hudson's back out there for the 6th inning. He's had 24 pitches. It was Christopher Gomez who got the last out. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. And I always tell the story that when Eduardo Escobar was rehabbing for the Mets in 2022, came down and rehabbed for the Brooklyn Cyclones, who I was doing games for that year. And, little by little working his way back. The 1-2 flicked foul to the right. Well, he came out of the game after he was supposed to play 5 innings. Had a couple at bats. And then it was about the 7th inning, and he looked at the manager, Luis Rivera, who's been in big league camp now for the Mets last few years, and said, hey, can I go back in there for another at bat? A 1-2. Swing and a miss. The bat goes flying over the dugout down the third base line. And Thomas Sajaci is standing there all bashful. Sorry, everybody. Well, Thomas, as I pointed out earlier, if you were wearing batting gloves, we wouldn't have this problem. But Well, Thomas is stubborn, Sajaci, and so fling, there it goes.
Everybody okay over there? Oh, it hit the netting. It's fine. It went into the camera well, as long as no one's down there.
Hit the netting above the dugout, went kerplunk right into that area where the door from the field to the stands goes. And, well, that strikeout of Sajaci also means the end of the line for Brian Hudson, who needed to get just one more batter for one more out. So, another pitching change. We'll take another break. One out in the sixth.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Hey, America, want to save $1,000? That was a rhetorical question. Switch to Spectrum and save $1,000 guaranteed. Seriously, you can hold us to it. We call it the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. Just get fiber-powered gig internet for just $50 a month. And when you switch 2 mobile lines, we guarantee $1,000 of real savings in your first year, or we'll cover the difference. Again, that's a guarantee. You don't get many of those in life. Learn more at spectrum.com/get50. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial lines. Restrictions apply.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
College should fit your life, not the other way around. At Empire State University, study online on your time. There's a reason why they're called SUNY's leading online university. See for yourself at sunyempire.edu.
The game saying, can I go back in? And the answer is no. I mean, we're playing a real game here, keeping these statistics. We have to follow the old scorebook, rule book. And so you can't do it in a regular game, but in spring you can do whatever you want. So Gomez deals to Pozo. The pitch snaps in for a strike, a slider, and it's 0-1.
I did always love when a guy would be rehabbing in like September and the minor league season would be coming to an end or be in the playoffs. And this big league guy would start a playoff game.
Here's the 0-1. Popped up foul back and out of play. Well, it's funny you say that because Mets fans will tell you that Jed Lowry's contract was not the greatest contract in the history of the franchise. However, he basically helped the Brooklyn Cyclones win the title in 2019 in the minor leagues, doing exactly what you're talking about. 0-2 is spiked to the backstop, and it's 1-2.
He gave Brooklyn their title.
Well, he helped get them to the division series, but they won Game 2, 1-0 on a solo home run from Jed Lowry. And if you're a 19-year-old kid playing for the Hudson Valley Renegades, you're going, something doesn't add up here.
Oh, but it's a shame that it was Hudson Valley, huh? Or were they a Rays affiliate at that point?
They were with Tampa Bay.
So then you feel bad for them.
A little bit. 1-2 from Gomez. Curveball got him looking. Pozo down on strikes. Now Christopher Gomez has retired both of the batters that he's faced, and he's faced 2 of the last 3 batters, and we won't tell you about how he didn't have to face the guy before. It's, a spring training whiteout story.
In 22, when I was working for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, it was late. We were playing the Gwinnett Stripers, the Braves AAA affiliate.
First pitch to Fermin. Is fouled back for strike 1.
Bryce Harper is rehabbing for Lehigh Valley, and Gwinnett must have been in the middle of like a race. It must have been August or September. And Harper in his first game hits 2 home runs. Then in game 2,
next pitch, foul tipped into the mid, strike 2.
Hits a walk-off double.
Oh.
He said, all right, I'm good. I'm going to leave. The folks for Gwinnett were irate.
I would say so. 0-2. Popped up again. Foul ground outside third near the coaching box. Here comes Jimenez calling off Sanger, and he makes the catch, leaning forward right in front of the Met dugout down the third baseline. So 1-2-3 inning for both Brian Hudson and Christopher Gomez. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 4-0 St. Louis on Odyssey.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Greening. Bottom of the sixth in Port St. Lucie. St. Louis 4. The Mets, nothing. The Mets have one hit and one walk in this spring game. And Hayden Sanger leads off against new pitcher Justin Brule. The lefty slings his first pitch in there at 90 miles an hour for a called strike one. Justin Brule, former Toronto Blue Jay. And last year with the team, made 15 appearances. Here's the 0-1. Missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. We did see Matthew Liberatore, the opening day starter for St. Louis, do his thing over 5 scoreless innings. And again, things may line up for the Mets against Liberatore, that series in St. Louis. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. But again, where the Cardinals are, and the fact that he is their opening day starter, nothing against Matthew Liberatore, but he's been a guy that has had an okay big league career so far. He is their ace. The Cardinals do have another guy on the list that I don't know if the Mets were interested or not, but his stuff has been nasty. The 1-2. Fouled straight back, 1-2. But Dustin May is the St. Louis Cardinal, and I just remember him some games against the Mets, but really against anybody. When he was healthy, Big Red, he's filthy, Dustin May.
It's health for him. I mean, the stuff is electric.
He's slotted to be their third starter. Liberatore is their lead guy. Michael McGreevy, their young guy, is number 2. 1-2 to Sanger. Back foot slider. He takes in. He did not go on a check swing, so it's 2-2. And then you slot in Dustin May, Kyle Leahy, and then Andre Palante. That's your starting 5. It is not really that insane of a starting 5. It may struggle a bit. By the way, Sanger, I guess, got grazed by that pitch. The question was, did he go? And if he did, it would have been a strike, but he didn't. And the ball just got a piece of his pant leg above his laces. So he's on with a hit by pitch against Justin Brule. And a pitch to Antonio Jimenez. The righty takes a strike. 0-1. The lefty set. 0-1. Way outside. Missed with a breaking ball. That's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, as far as the Mets starting rotation, we have seen so many good things from Kodai Senga this spring. Better, though, than Senga springs of old. Now, this is it's been a different Kodai Senga, who pitched last night. 1-1. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 1-2. And I'm sure some fans are tired of hearing it. But those who have seen it know how good he can be. Talk about May, and it's all about health for Dustin May. It's the same thing about Senga. I mean, I'd argue he's got the best stuff of maybe anybody. I mean, Nolan McLean gives him a run for his money. But that forkball just sets him apart. The 1-2 is pulled foul down third. Senga's touching 97, 99 miles an hour. Has that look on his face this year, a little more seriously that he's taking it. I mean, he heard trade rumors all offseason, and Mets might have said, "Oh, thanks for coming. We're going to move on," and that might have got him going a little bit. But he looks terrific, Kodai Senga. 1-2 to Jimenez. Missed outside a breaking ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Freddie Peralta again, opening day guy. We've heard Nolan McLean, who's probably slotting in second on the list, will not start Game 2 of the season. Carlos Mendoza announced today that he'll start Game 3 Sunday. So where does Clay Holmes fall in? David Peterson, Kodai Senga, Sean Manaea. 2-2 to Jimenez, misses in. That's 3-2. Now you have 6 starting pitchers. Will they keep 6? Will they go to 5? Who's going to the bullpen? What will happen? 3-2, fouled straight down, and it stays full. Four 0 St. Louis. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Antonio Jimenez at the plate. 3rd-round pick of the Mets just last year. Played with St. Lucie in 2025. Playing third base today. They slid over Bo Bichette to pick up some innings at shortstop. And so Jimenez playing his 2nd game of the spring. Sanger off first. 3-2 on Jimenez, who wears the double ear flap of the minor league helmet. And the 3-2 pitch misses low and in, ball 4. So Justin Brule has hit a batter. He's walked a batter. And now back to the top of the order.
That's not going to help the FIP.
No, it is not. They're fielding independent pitching numbers. We do love so much. You know, I've learned this will be year 4. Not that I've given up on it on radio, but here's Benj, left on left. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. I mean, listen, I love analytics. Read about them, study them. I'm very interested in, hey, teams acquire this person. Let's find out why. Or why did this person have success? Let's find out why. And those analytics help tell the story of maybe why. Here's the 0-1 to Benj. Carson shoots one toward the gap in left center field. That's a base hit. Sanger rounding third. They're going to stop him there. As Jimenez goes to second, Benj is on with another hit. Carson Benj 1 for 2 today. So still hitting better than 400 in the spring. And the bases are loaded with nobody out for Tyrone Taylor. But on radio and analytics and explaining what FIP is, and WRC Plus, and even OPS Plus,
doesn't really translate.
It's a little tough. With the pitch clock, it's near impossible, but we'll throw it in there every once in a while.
Every once in a while, right? You know, variety of the spice of life, Keith.
So Benj is on his spring, just making an impact, getting on, using his speed, being athletic. Helpful here. He's on at first. Jimenez at second. Sanger at third. Tyrone Taylor at the plate. Mets down 4. Pitch. Rule misses high and gives a look to Lance Barksdale and wonder how high. And it's ball 1. Bo Bichette is on deck, but Mark Vientos, he'll be pinch hit for by Ben Rortvedt. Mets are starting to work to the back half of this game, get some subs in. 1-0. Tyrone takes a slider for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Well, if you're wondering how high, based on StatCast, right down the middle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if the Cardinals had challenged that,
it would have been successful.
Oh, man. Taylor with his sunglasses on, looks out. Here's the 1-1. And he pulls it foul down third for strike 2.
You know, just putting a bow on that conversation about analytics, I think it's one of those things where we're starting to get a full circle look at things. I think teams relied on the eye test for so long. Then they relied on the numbers for so long. Now we're seeing teams realize that
1-2 misses outside, 2-2.
If you marry the two together,
what a concept.
That could be pretty successful. Can you believe that?
And I think we're all seeing it. We're happy to see it. I mean, even though the Blue Jays did not win the World Series last year, they kind of got us all excited again. 2-2 is pulled down the left field line, but hooked it foul. Deep down the line, into the netting. That stays 2-2. Put the ball in play, make things happen, be exciting, be athletic. Analytically, Toronto had the best defensive team in baseball, but you could see something like that, right? The athletes out there making plays. Mets are trying to be much, much better defensively this year. 2-2 to Taylor. Inside, off the glove of the catcher. Here comes Sanger. The catcher picks up the ball in the carom and tags Hayden out right in the righty batter's box in front of home plate for the out. That carom came right back to Pozo, and Sanger, by the time he broke for the plate and stopped, just started shaking his head like, you got to be kidding me. He's out at home. Jimenez goes to third. Benj goes to second base. I mean, the ball bounced right back to Pozo after hitting the wall behind home plate. And what a look on Hayden's face. So 3-2. Sanger's in the dugout now with a smile. There's one out. Payoff from Brule. Check swing. That ball gets away from the catcher. It's ball 4. Here comes Jimenez. He'll score without a play. 4-1 as the Mets are on the board. Now trailing St. Louis in the bottom of the 6th. Jimenez is in. Benj goes to third. And Lance Barksdale is telling Tyrone Taylor, you struck out.
And I think he's placing Jimenez back at third as well. Why?
I don't understand. Sure. That wouldn't make any sense.
It's definitely a strikeout.
Well, Ben Rortford going to pinch hit. Oh, they're saying for Bichette, not Vientos.
What if it hit Taylor? So the ball is dead if it hit him, but he swung.
I see. And Lance did say that right away. Did point at Tyrone. So it's 4-0 still. Second and third, 2 outs. So Rortford takes a strike. So we'll give you that again. It was a 3-2 pitch.
Yep.
That was kind of a back foot slider, lefty to a righty, and Tyrone check swing, got hit, and that was the deflection of the backstop. It hit his foot first, then went to the backstop. 0-1. Rortford chops a ground ball to the right side. Long run for Page. He's got it. Turns and flips to Brule for the out to complete the 4-3 and end the inning. So the Mets end up not scoring. And we go to the 7th inning. Still 4-0 St. Louis. From Clover Park in Port St. Lucie on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
This time next week. We're seeing a replay from SNY of that Tyrone Taylor play of just trying to figure out what exactly happened. And it looks like the ball hit him on the back foot, which is what resulted in the strikeout and the runners not advancing. First pitch to Nathan Church is taken down low for a ball. It's 1-0. Saul Garcia is the right-hander for the Mets, replacing Christopher Gomez. 1-0 pitch, broken bat flare towards second. It is caught. That's out number one. Changes for the Mets.
Ben Rortfit now catching. Christian Pache is in right. And the second baseman who just made that catch, Bronny De Oleo. De Oleo at second base.
Here's Brody Moore, first pitch taken for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
We're at that point, folks.
Call it a line change. 1-0 pitch. In there for a called strike. Counts 1-1, a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. We're coming to you live from the Bigelow Tea broadcast booth. Bigelow Tea, grab a mug and tea proudly. We're proud to welcome back our great friends and partners at Bigelow Tea, who will proudly present the Bob Murphy broadcast booth at Citi Field. 1-1 pitch to Morris, flared into center field for a base hit. 1 out base runner for St. Louis against Saul Garcia. Garcia, 22 years old, out of Venezuela. 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. His first pitch to J.J. Weatherholt. Down low for a ball. And it counts 1 ball and no strike on Weatherholt. 1 for 2 today with a sacrifice fly. The number 1 prospect in the Cardinals system. Garcia works from the stretch. And the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a fly ball, hit to the gap, left center field. Taylor on the run, cruises to the spot, makes the catch. And that's the second out.
Well, J.J. Weatherholt, a name to, again, remember. He may battle Nolan McLean for National League Rookie of the Year this year. Those two guys will be top-tier names on that list. And Nolan still qualifies because he threw fewer than 50 innings last year. He snuck in with 48.
Here's Ramon Mendoza for the first time today. Right-handed batter. Toss to first. And Moore is back with a dive. This is Ramon Urias' spot in the lineup. He had a big day, a home run, couple of runs scored. First pitch, swing and a miss, tight slider. Counts no balls at 1 strike on Mendoza, wearing number 83. Oh, 1 pitch, down low. Counts 1-1. Ben Rortfit, the catcher for the Mets, replacing Hayden Sanger. Francisco Alvarez left the game yesterday with back tightness. Carlos Mendoza didn't seem super concerned. Alves said if it was the regular season, he probably could have fought through it. 1-1 pitches outside, throw back to first. More back standing. Backs are tricky. You just never want to push it. Mets have 4 catchers on the 40-man roster right now, with Rortfit and Hayden Sanger to go along with Terens and Alvarez. 2-1. Fastball in for a strike. It's 2-2. Four nothing Cardinals, top of the 7th inning. Saul Garcia ready to go. And the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Out in front of home plate. Rortfit with the mask in his hand makes the catch right on top of home plate. And that is the final out. So Garcia allows a base runner, but nothing else. Stretch time in Port St. Lucie. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Cardinals ahead 4-0 on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Blue at the tall right-hander, first pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, grounded towards shortstop. Picked on one hop by Moore. He gathers, throws to first. One pitch, one away for Scott Blewett. Vientos 0 for 3. Blewett 6'6", 245. "29 years old. He'll turn 30 in a couple of weeks. On April 10th. Pitched with 3 teams last season, Minnesota, Atlanta, and Baltimore. First pitch to Mike Talkman is fouled off and sliced down the left field line. The count's 0-1. Talkman today is 0 for 2. He has flied and gone down on strikes. Next pitch, fouled off. Yeah, the count's no balls and 2 strikes. On Mike Talkman. Blewett, who was born in Syracuse, rocks and delivers. Check swing on a breaking ball. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grew up in central New York, in Baldwinsville. One-two pitch. Up and away. Missed with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 2-2. Committed to play college ball for the Johnnies, but ultimately was drafted by the Royals in the second round. 2-2. Fouled off at home plate. Still 2-2. Johnnies will play tonight at 7 o'clock out in San Diego.
Our buddy Madge is out there soaking up that San Diego sunshine. It's the best sunshine in the world right there.
Sunny and 75.
Every day.
2-2. Ground ball hit foul. Still 2-2. We get an off day in San Diego this year, something we have not had yet.
Oh, we're ready for that one, my friend. I got the wife is booked. We're out there. Kids will be watched at home.
Here I was thinking we were going to play Torrey Pines, too.
We still can if we if we figure something out.
2-2. Inside, 3-2. Well, my wife is also going to be on that trip, I believe, so I don't know if that's going to go over very well. If I say, you have fun with the baby, I'm going to go play Torrey.
Yeah, no, that's not going to land.
3-2. Swinging a ground ball hit towards first. Picked on one hop by Page. Takes it to the bag himself. 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th inning.
Well, we get asked all the time, what's your favorite road city to go to? And, there's Wrigley, there's Fenway, there's Dodger Stadium. But to me, the complete package is San Diego. With the weather and the city and 50,000 people. I mean, they really sell that place out.
It's a party out there.
Yeah.
We can go to the San Diego Zoo this year.
Like I said, my wife will be there. We'll do our thing.
No, we'll all go together. First pitch to Vidal Brujan is upstairs. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
I have 642 zoo animal toys around my house right now for my children. The last thing I need is to go back to the zoo halfway across the country.
1-0 pitch. Upstairs. Counts 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, but think about the zoo with me.
And as I said, it'll be... You let me know how it goes. You call me and let me know if there's room for 2, and then we'll let you know.
2-0 pitch. Upstairs, 3 balls and no strikes on Vidal Brujan. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning, 4-0 Cardinals.
It's probably something I should do is go to the San Diego Zoo, but I want to just drive and look at beaches. That's what I want to do.
3-0 pitch is in for a strike. It's 3-1. We can go to La Jolla.
La Jolla is beautiful.
Over to Coronado. Three-one pitch. Missed for a ball.
Now, Lance Barksdale has not made any friends in St. Louis. And as you said before, aptly, if this was a regular season, it'd be a little bit feistier, I think, in that the dugout response to the strike zone today.
That's ball 4. So Brujan's aboard, 2-out walk. That brings Jared Young to the plate. But no, in all seriousness, San Diego, it's a bucket list for a baseball fan, in my opinion. Runner goes from first, pitches high, throw down to second base, tag applied, not in time.
Well, you know what that is right there? That is Vidal Brujan trying to show the Mets, bring me to New York. Put me on the opening day roster. I'm fast. I can steal a bag. I can play defense. I just worked a walk. I've been on twice today. Now, why would he steal down 4-0? Take the score out of it.
Yep.
He's trying to show them what he can do.
1-0 pitch. Young takes high. It's 2-0. Folks always ask, right, what's your favorite road city? What ballpark is your favorite? Where do you want to go to? And, Wrigley's always on there for people. Fenway, that's a bucket list for everybody. And rightly so. That's where you want to go. But for an overall grand experience, Petco Park in San Diego. Brujan goes again. Young tags one to dead center field. Sagasi going back. He has it squared up. He makes the catch. And that is the final out. Mets threaten, do not score in the home half of the 7th inning. Leave one in scoring position. We go to the 8th. Mets trail 4-0. Odyssey Mets Radio.
Let's go, Mets!
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Hey, America, want to save $1,000? That was a rhetorical question. Switch to Spectrum and save $1,000 guaranteed. Seriously, you can hold us to it. We call it the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. Just get fiber-powered gig internet for just $50 a month. And when you switch 2 mobile lines, we guarantee $1,000 of real savings in your first year, or we'll cover the difference. Again, that's a guarantee. You don't get many of those in life. Learn more at spectrum.com/get50. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial lines. Restrictions apply.
Bert said when he opened up the show earlier today, 10:46 a.m. is when spring officially arrived, Keith.
I really didn't know that. I guess it makes sense now that there's actual time. It's not just the day. You don't just wake up and up. They decided it's spring. There's a time where the axis does a thing and the sun and the moon and the stars all align.
Science. Jordan Gebber is the new pitcher for the Mets. First pitch is swung on and missed. To Page for the Cardinals. Next pitch called strike. It's 0-2. Mets trailing 4-0. Gebber's 0-2 pitch. Fastball just missed. Right foot immediately challenges.
Yeah, it looked like it was in there at the knees, but we shall see. Oh, yeah.
That's a strikeout for Gebber. As Page goes down looking, one away.
Right at the bottom of that graphic box. And I tell you what, at City Field, City Vision, I mean, the planes angling in from LaGuardia are going to be able to see this graphic. That's how big it's going to be.
Yeah, for folks that are wondering what it's going to look like if they haven't seen it on TV or haven't seen it in person at spring training, I mean, it's so easy to follow. First pitch to Jordan Walker misses low. It's 1 and no strikes. As Keith's mentioned before, anytime you watch a tennis match and you see if a ball is in or out, it's the exact same technology, same concept. 1-0 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, center field. Taylor back towards the track. He is there, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. So a good start for Gebber. Thomas Sagasi next. He's 0 for 3. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Cardinals ahead 4-0. Keith, you got your wish.
Thomas Sagasi's wearing batting gloves.
How do you like that?
Now, that's funny. Right?
First pitch is high. It's 1 and no strikes.
I mean, we joked a little bit, didn't wear any batting gloves. We're trying to paint the word picture here. And then he swings and the bat goes flying out of his hands into the netting above the dugout. He comes back out. He's put up the white flag.
1-0 pitch. Fastball in for a strike. It's 1-1. Ask and you shall receive.
I mean, it's one of those things that if you make the decision to go just bare hands, aren't you going to stick with the decision? Why? That's interesting.
1-1. Fouled off down the right field line.
I mean, these guys take 200 swings a day.
Yep.
And of the 11 that Thomas Sagasi has taken today, one of them, now, putting batting gloves back on. So it's just a puzzling one right there for me.
1-2 pitch. Foul back to the screen. This will be just the 10th pitch of the inning. It's 1 and 2 strikes. 2 outs, top 8. And the pitch. Outside with a breaking ball. Counts 2-2. Jordan Gebber, 26 years old, native of Annapolis. Bounces a 2-2 pitch low. It's 3 and 2 strikes. Played his college ball at Virginia Tech for the Hokies. Down in Blacksburg. Three-two pitch. Swinging a ground ball hit towards short. Fielded on the backhand by Bruhan. He tosses over to Jared Young at first. And that's the final out. So Geber gets a 1-2-3 top of the 8th. We go to the home half. Mets trail 4-0 on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Everyone, Boomer.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
College should fit your life, not the other way around. At Empire State University, study online on your time. There's a reason why they're called SUNY's leading online university. See for yourself at sunyempire.edu.
Patrick.
Oh, sure. What you got?
This line change for the Cardinals in the 8th. The new shortstop is Aniello Encarnacion. Take over for Brody Moore. In left field, we have Noah Medlinger. And in right field, Luis Pino.
First pitch is in for a strike to Christian Pache, who leads off for the Mets in Hayden Sanger's spot. Next pitch misses low. The name Medlinger, I believe Howie's mentioned it a couple times during spring training. It always sounds like there's a town on Long Island that he'll say, or talk about like Jake Eisenberg. 1-1 pitch is high. It's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Like Medlinger, Long Island?
No, he'll always say of the X-Town Medlingers.
Yes.
Two balls and a strike on Pache. And he swings the next pitch and pops it up. First base side. Page is over towards the warning track, and it's out of play. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. What do you say, the West Hempstead Eisenbergs always? When he's talking about Jake?
Jake's a Port Washington.
Port Washington, that's what it is. I'm sorry.
Port Washington Eisenbergs, yeah.
Yes.
Buddy Jake, who's in the
Our fearless leader is from West Hempstead. See, I knew there was somebody.
We'll get it all straightened out for you, my Jersey friend.
Trying
Central
to figure,
Jersey.
Just
Hard
trying
to figure out what
out
Central Jersey is. That's why it's tough to figure out everything else.
There's a lot of parts of the world that are enigmas to me, Keith. North Jersey's one of them. Two and 2 the count on Pache. Next pitch, outside.
Well, just looking at Christian Pache here, former Philly outfielder, right? And another Philly outfielder just got pinched for PED.
Yeah.
Johan Rojas.
Rojas.
You're talking about the Mets. Will they win the division this year? Well, what helps is when the Braves and the Phillies are looking at guys getting suspended every day.
3-2 pitch swung on, tagged foul. Still 3-2.
I'm obviously being facetious. There are injuries in there too, but Jurickson Profar in Atlanta, he's done for the year.
Yep.
Johan Rojas, I think, is 80 games.
80 games.
But that's a big hit to a clubhouse, especially at this point of the year. You want to come out strong and confident in your group.
3-2. Fought off foul. Still 3-2. Yeah, the Profar thing is wild. For those that don't know, for the second consecutive season, Jurickson Profar has been suspended for PEDs, this time for a full season. 3-2 pitch. Inside ball 4. Pache works a walk. And, I mean, Miles Michaelis is one of the main Union guys, now pitching for the Washington Nationals, and he came out and basically said he's on his own. Like,
which he should be.
Yeah.
Which he should be. I mean, you're at this point of your career, there's no excuse. I mean, it's pathetic. It's pathetic what he's done to him, for himself and for his team. I mean, it's selfish.
First pitch to Antonio Jimenez, misses for a ball.
I mean, I remember that year in 24, right? Because in 25 he signed with the Braves, and 26 this year he'll be with the Braves. So 24 was his great year with San Diego. Kind of out of nowhere, he was released by the Rockies.
Next pitch inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Pods came to Citi Field to play the Mets. I think there was an off day or whatever it was. Profar and Luis Arraez are at MLB Network talking about the great year that they're having, and Mark DeRosa is asking Jurickson, what is it for you this year? And, well,
2-0 pitch is fouled back to the screen, 2-1.
He said at the time, I'm just trying to do what this guy does, which is Luis Arraez. Just put the ball in play. Just stop trying to lift the ball and drive for power. Just put the ball in play. Well, I wanted to believe him, but now looking back, it's hard to believe Jurickson Profar. What's happening that's different? Well, you are cheating.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Counts 2-2.
When you sign a deal with a team that gives you a couple of years to vote of confidence in you and you in them, and I mean, I know Mets fans don't want to hear about the poor Braves, but if it was the Mets, you'd feel the same. Somebody did that. That was a member of the Mets.
2-2. Fouled back. Well, it just disrupts your plans, right? Jurickson Profar was going to be a lot more impactful of a player this year for the Braves than, say, Johan Rojas was going to be for Philadelphia. But Profar, that's a huge hit for Atlanta. I'm a team that is decimated by injuries all the time. They signed him to a massive deal. I mean, that's a lot of money he's given up, too.
Yeah, they won't have to pay him a dime.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch misses low, 3-2.
I mean, right now they have so many guys hurt. Spencer Schwellenbach is hurt. A.J. Smith-Shawver, Hurston Waldrop, Joey Wentz. And then on the position player side, Ha-Sung Kim, Sean Murphy. So they're very hurt out of the gate, the Atlanta Braves.
3-2 to Jimenez. Taken outside ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued by Moreno. And so we start off the 8th.
So I think for Profar, if he's suspended 162, say he comes back next year and accidentally takes the banned substance again, he's done forever, right? I mean,
a player recently was just received a lifetime ban for PEDs for a 3rd time.
Was it a minor league player?
Let's go to the interweb and find out. Here's Deolio for the first time. First pitch is outside for ball. It's 1-0. Well, Mets fans, of course, remember Henry Mejia for being suspended.
Yep. You say uber talented is the first thing I think of with Mejia, but then you go, to what degree was it natural?
Next pitch swung on, hit in the air to left field. Menwinger's there. Makes the catch. 1 away here in the 8th. It is pretty amazing, and it's something that It's not as widespread as it was, but you still see every couple of months somebody gets popped. Here's Tyrone Taylor. And he gets hit. First pitch.
Well, Gerson Moreno is making no friends right now. He's walked 2 and hit a batter.
The bases are loaded.
Got Tyrone Taylor on the left back pocket. The fleshy part of the thigh. Those who have enjoyed The Sopranos. Tyrone coming out, though. His day is done.
Now, last 2 games, you've dropped a Sopranos reference. One off the air, one on the air. Proud of you for that.
Well, if it was off the air, it probably wasn't appropriate. Sam Robertson is now running for Tyrone Taylor.
First pitch to Reutevitt. Misses outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. You said it, not me.
I don't remember. You'll have to tell me off the air.
I'm going to tell you off the air.
Good.
1-0 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, towering to right field. Pino comes underneath it to make the catch. Tagging from third, coming to the plate is Pache. He will score. And a sacrifice fly for Ben Reutevitt, and the Mets are on the boards. It's a 4-1 ball game. Runners hold at second and first.
Corey Collins is going to pinch hit for Mark Vientos. Lefty, infielder in the Mets minor league system.
As Keith said, left-handed batter. First pitch misses wide. Counts 1 ball and no strikes. And as Howie would say, Corey Collins of the Coatesville, Pennsylvania Collinses. Jimenez bouncing off second, 1-0 pitch. It's inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Coatesville, a suburb of Philadelphia, but he grew up in Atlanta. Went to North Gwinnett High School. Second time we've had Gwinnett come up in today's broadcast, for those counting at home. And if you are, I have questions. Look back to second. Played his college ball at Georgia. Drafted in the 6th round by the Mets in the 24 draft. 2-0 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball fouls. 2-1. If you were up late last night and watching the tournament, you saw St. Louis beat Georgia in that always tough 8-9 matchup. Two-one. Fouled off at home plate. 2-2. Yeah, the SEC has 10 teams in the tournament this year.
That was kind of nuts, but also the SEC is a little different than it was 3 years ago.
Well, the Big Ten has 9, but that doesn't mean one team got left out. Two balls, 2 strikes, a run home, 2 on. Bottom of the 8th inning, 4-1 Cardinals. 2-2 pitch. Up and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Collins had a great career at Georgia, 195 games, hit 45 home runs. Hit 289. Runners going, a 3-2 pitch, high and wide, ball 4. Bases are loaded, a run is in, no hits in the inning. And the Mets all of a sudden have the go-ahead run at the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. And a visit to the mound for the Cardinals. Moreno's afternoon is done, and we'll step aside Mets with the bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning, down 4-1. Back after this on Odyssey Mets Radio.
It's like seeing an old friend again when...
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Hey America, want to save $1,000? That was a rhetorical question. Switch to Spectrum and save $1,000 guaranteed. Seriously, you can hold us to it. We call it the Spectrum Savings Guarantee. Just get fiber-powered gig internet for just $50 a month. And when you switch 2 mobile lines, we guarantee $1,000 of real savings in your first year, or we'll cover the difference. Again, that's a guarantee. You don't get many of those in life. Learn more at spectrum.com/get50. Spectrum Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial lines. Restrictions apply.
Mets trailing 4-1. Bottom of the 8th inning in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Just a couple of games left before the team comes home on Thursday. First pitch to Smith. Cut on and missed. Counts 0-1. Austin Love, 6'3", 230 pounds. Last season in Double-A with Springfield. A 1 pitch. Down low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mets have the bases loaded. They have a run in. No hits so far in the inning, though, for New York. One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Smith swings and drives one deep to left field towards the corner. On the run, Mendlinger. Not going to get there. It bangs up against the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Smith into second base with a 2-run double. And the Mets have runners at second and third, down by 1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
A little something for these Clover Park fans that are here for the weekend on this Friday afternoon. A couple of late runs. A little rally with guys that are, just wearing Mets uniforms. Probably won't do much with the big club this year, but DeAndre Smith been in the minor leagues for a couple of seasons now. Nice piece off of a Double-A level reliever to drive in 2.
And all of a sudden, the Mets have the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs. And Vidal Brujan at the plate, and he swings and chops one foul. Back to the netting. Counts 0-1. Brujan, I believe, is the only starter left in the game. A 1 pitch is low in the dirt. Counts 1-1, although Jared Young's spot is on deck, so Jared could get one more at bat. One ball, 1 strike on Brujan, switch hitter from the left side. And the pitch from Love in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike.
The scoreboard at Clover Park apparently has 4-4 on it.
It's not 4-4.
Which is incorrect.
That is not right.
But remember that run that was a run, then not a run with the Tyrone Taylor, strike 3, ball hit him, sent the runner back to third. Sometimes it's tough to go back on the scoreboard and actually fix that, which they did not do.
2-1. Swinging a ground ball hit towards second. Fielded to his right by Mendoza. Tosses it on to first. And that's the final out in the home half of the 8th. Mets send 8 to the plate. They score 3 times, making it a 4-3 ball game as we go to the 9th on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Let's go, Mets! New York carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Yoel Pozo leading off. First pitch from Jordan Geber. Misses down and outside for ball one. Now Geber leaks into his second inning through 12 pitches in that eighth. Mets now down by a run. Here's the 1-0. Popped up foul backing out of play to the right. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. On this beautiful day in Port St. Lucie. Back in New York, they are getting ready. Treating the field. Tarp on it. Grass looks good. Warning track looks good.
Yeah.
Seats are getting wiped down. The 1-1. Missed outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
They got some red light therapy going on.
You know, I've been meaning to ask about that. There's this contraption that looks like it's almost when you drive through middle America, through all the farms. 2-1 is poked foul to the right, 2-2. Those big, long, straight, robotic-looking things that...
I mean, our ignorance is showing, I'm sure. I assume they're heat lamps, but I have no idea.
But it's a long, white... It looks like a little submarine. It's probably 30 feet long with 2 legs and 4 wheels. And down the legs, you see this hot pink light treating the grass and the dirt. 2-2. Popped up foul to the right. I could do a 6-4-3 double play. I'll give you a double switch. But hot pink light treating the dirt, not a clue. Whatever it takes, though, to get the field looking big league ready, they do a great job.
It looks great. The outfield looks awesome. Crisscross patterns out there.
Geber's set with a 2-2. Pitch to Pozo. Slider misses away. Count runs full.
What's your favorite part of opening day?
I think it's the fans.
Yeah.
It's everybody packing in. The feeling of being, 0-0. 3-2 pitches, pop foul to the right. I mean, we get here early, dress up nice.
Yeah.
It's a holiday. It's a day of respect. You put I'm going to put a jacket on.
Put a blazer
probably,
on.
Right. But, yeah, it's the beginning of spring and new life. And, I mean, I remember years of my life based on that baseball season that year. Unlike other sports. 3-2. Chopper hit toward the middle of the infield. Deoleo to his right field in the backhand. Easy toss to first is there for the out. There's one away. Basketball crosses from fall to spring, and hockey is the same thing. But baseball is the same calendar year.
Yep.
So I think all the fans packing in here will be the best.
Think about the scene from Fever Pitch when they open up the tickets for the first time. They take a sniff of them. They say, a new season, a clean slate.
That's right.
Little did they know that it would finish with Drew Barrymore and Jimmy Fallon on the field celebrating a Boston Red Sox World Series championship.
We didn't know that was coming.
No, neither did they. They had to reshoot the final scene.
4-3 Cardinals are in the ninth. Jose Fermin digging in. First pitch, misses low, kicks up some dirt from Geber. That's 1 ball and no strikes.
I saw a podcast with Drew Barrymore the other day, and who knows what it was from, right? Algorithms always pick things up. And I think she was on with Jimmy Fallon, so maybe she was on the Jimmy Fallon show or he was on hers. I'm not totally sure.
Geber set from the belt, leans back and lunges home and sails it high for ball 2.
But the movie was supposed to end with the Red Sox losing like they always do, but they had to go to St. Louis to reshoot the final scene, and they tried everything they could to not be on camera on the field celebrating.
2-0. Fastball fouled back, 93-mile-an-hour heater, and it's 2-1.
Didn't work.
That's crazy. I guess I didn't realize
And if you look at the Fox footage from that night, you can see them on the field celebrating. Now, in no circumstance would a fan be on the field celebrating a World Series championship.
2-1. Swing and a miss. High fastball. 2-2.
At that point, right? I mean, it used to be the norm where fans would storm the field and get to celebrate, but Ray, what was that, 04? It would have been? So, yeah, no. But, hey, let's not let facts get in the way of a good story.
Heard that one before. Fermin at the plate, awaiting the 2-2. Rortford sets up away. There comes the pitch. That's lined toward right field. Pache freezes and makes the catch off his left hip for the first out. Well, the tradition of storming the baseball field after the World Series kind of curtailed after the 70s into the early 80s. But it was a thing. I mean, we're looking at basketball games and court storming in the NCAA tournament. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. We're in the 9th inning, 2 outs, 1-0 count.
You ever storm the court at Dayton?
I was usually calling the games as a student, so it never really worked. Next pitch misses outside to Pena. That's ball 2.
I think it would have been entertaining if you did. Take the headset off.
Well, it would have been a little unprofessional. Geber ready with the 2-0. Pitch. Spanked foul to the left, and it's 2-1. Just getting some changes. Sam Robertson has gone to right field. Christian Pache goes to center for the Mets, and Diego Mosquera. It would not be a Mets spring training game without an appearance from our buddy Diego Mosquera, who's in here in the 9th. 2-1. Popped up. Shallow center. Pache sprinting in. Here comes Smith from left field. A sliding attempt, but he can't make the catch. Hit off the heel of his glove and dropped in the grass beside him. So a valiant effort from DeAndre Smith. He's the guy that had a 2-run double in the bottom of the 8th inning and tried to come in with a feet-first slide through left center and couldn't make the play. So now a runner on with 2 outs for Aniello Encarnacion. Right on right, Geber in those pinstripe pants set. Mets down 4-3. Spinning a throw to first, and runner back in safely. Yellow Encarnacion, 22 years old from San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic. Of course, the DR-WBC team, electric, but fell short to Team USA. Next pitch in for a strike, 0-1. And Juan Soto did say, in that Jeff Passan article, well, we showed the world who the best team in the world is kind of thing, and, well, that's just simply not the case.
That belongs to Venezuela.
Yeah, exactly. But they were really scary. 0-1 is in for a strike. 0-2. I mean, certainly something to win the game, beat the Dominican, but to hold them to 1 run was impressive. Junior Caminero taking Paul Skeens deep early in that game, and then Roman Anthony with the go-ahead home run for Team USA. The 0-2 missed up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just saw that some of the viewership numbers are coming out from the WBC, and an average, I think, over 10 million viewers.
Amazing.
Which beat out, I think I read somewhere, beat out the NBA Finals, average over 7 games. Game 7 usually rates higher than Game 2. 1-2. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Side retired. Well, I don't know what the millions of viewers are on this game, but this spring training game goes to the bottom of the 9th. Mets down 1 against St. Louis on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Let's go, Mets!
Want a game-changing way to watch college basketball? With a one-day pass from Sling, get instant access to the men's and women's tournaments starting at just $4.99. You can catch all the action on TNT, TBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. Want even more hoops? Then add an extra pack to your subscription for just $1. No overpaying, no overcommitting, just tournaments so crazy they'd be crazy to miss. Visit sling.com to learn more. Sling lets you do that.
Like it or not, crime is a reality. Protect your family with the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher. Trusted by 700 police departments, government agencies, and security firms, the Byrna Launcher has powerful, non-lethal deterrence, plus a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes. With over 750,000 units sold to the public, Byrna requires no background checks or permits. Visit Byrna.com. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Jersey's largest and most comprehensive healthcare system, we're all about keeping everyone in a great state of health. And that means getting regular checkups. Or, as Jack says,
don't let your health go unchecked. Get checked at RWJ Barnabas Health.
Visit rwjbh.org/getchecked.
Your home deserves Anderson Windows from Riverhead Building Supply. Anderson is the #1 trusted window brand, offering lasting performance and timeless design. From selection to installation, we're ready for what's next. Visit rbscorp.com or your local Riverhead Building Supply.
Back at Clover Park for the bottom of the ninth inning, the Mets trailing the St. Louis Cardinals 4-3. Alongside Pat McCarthy, my name is Keith Rad. So, last chance dance for the Mets in this spring training game. And they will send up Jared Young, Christian Pache, and Antonio Jimenez. At least your scheduled hitters. Try a little bloop and a blast. Try to walk off the Cardinals.
I mean, why not, right?
New pitcher in for St. Louis is Luis Castellum out of Mexico. First pitch to Young. Heater in at the knees at 94. And count 0-1. Clover Park is the home of course, Mets spring training baseball. But once Sunday is done and everybody vacates, St. Lucie Mets take over. Next pitch to Young is skied to center field. Yordelin Pena moving to his left makes the catch for the first out. And so things quiet down just a little bit, but that's the minor league season getting started. And St. Lucie is your first stop, usually. And then you go to Brooklyn, and then you go to Binghamton, and then Syracuse. And then you get the call to the show. And St. Lucie, their broadcaster, Adam McDonald, want to give him a big shout-out. Does a great job. He has done a great job for so many years down there. Pitch to Christian Pache is in for a called strike, 0-1. He's called some division titles and season titles and season half titles and things like that. So he's had some champagne dunked on him. He's had some rings. 0-1 misses inside. It's 1-1 strike, and he's just been an extremely helpful friend for us while we're remote here in New York. So thank you, Adam, for all of your help. 1-1. Missed outside, 2 balls and a strike. And if you know St. Lucie, usually the watering hole is a 1 Duffy's down the block to the right. 2 for 1 every day, by the way. That
certainly is.
That's got Ray Martell out of his chair. Here's the 2-1. That misses low. 3 balls and a strike.
Are you a VIP at Duffy's?
So he is. He's got his card. So, Adam, next time we're in St. Lucie, first one's on us, man. Thank you so much for all your help. Well, Pache trying to get on against Castellum. Pitch inside for ball 4. And Joel Pozo, the catcher, looking into the St. Louis dugout, and they're just racking them up on Lance Barksdale today. That is ball 4. So there's your bloop, in a sense. And we'll see if Antonio Jimenez, who's been in there since the jump, can find a shot here. Drafted last year, and he is a former St. Lucie Met. He's trying to graduate, of course, to High A Brooklyn this year after his year last year. Having his games called by Adam McDonald. First pitch to Jimenez is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Jimenez, couple of walks today, has scored a run. Batting in the 9th spot for the Mets, who trail by 1. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Had a slider disappearing down and away, and it's 0-2. And the guy on the mound, Castellum, is a Double-A level arm. He pitched with Springfield, the Springfield Cardinals in the Texas League in 2025. 4-3 St. Louis. We're in the last of the ninth. Tying run on, winning run at the plate. Jimenez bobs that bat over his shoulder. 0-2. Just missed low. And I'm chuckling because, boy, there's no umpire scorecards for spring training, but, boy, Lance Barksdale has been squeezing the daylights.
In his defense,
out of the St. Louis Cardinals.
That one was a bit low.
Whew, very close.
But it was a bit low.
Throw to first. Pache back in safely.
Now, am I wrong that the umpires will be able to receive their data in real time as well in games with ABS so that they can adjust their strike zone?
I have heard that. 1-2. Scorched to right center field. Long and over for Pino. Makes the catch on a chest-high liner hit by Jimenez for the second out. So, yeah, on that point, there at every ballpark now there'll be an ABS operator. And they call it in the business, he'll push the graphic onto the video board when you'll see it. So there's somebody actually sitting up in the press box that will do that. And in between innings, the umpire will go, hey, how am I doing back there? Well, you missed this pitch to this player. So you're absolutely right, Pat. They will kind of get a little bit of help. Here's Bronny De Oleo, right-handed hitter, short righty hitter. Mets down to their final out, trailing by 1. First pitch, pierces the outside corner at 94 miles an hour. Strike 1. 4-3 St. Louis. Castellan with that long hair down his shoulders deals the 0-1. The slider's a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. We are on the air with you tomorrow for our final game of spring. So 1 o'clock. Start with a 1-10 first pitch. Mets against Houston from Clover Park. The 1-1. Way outside. 2 balls and a strike. And I say that. It's the Houston game in Clover Park. You say, well, duh, isn't that the only game the Mets are playing tomorrow? And the answer is no. They are playing a split squad. So they're playing in 2 places at the same time. We're doing the one at Clover Park, not doing the one in West Palm. 2-1. Swing and a miss at a ball that was way outside. And it's 2-2. And some of the fans at Clover Park who want to see a walk-off hit and a win, trying to chant for Bronny De Oleo, but he just chased a ball that was halfway to West Palm Beach. Young player getting his shot here. Mets down to their final strike. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down he goes, and down go the Mets in this spring training game. St. Louis wins it 4-3. Well, Pat and I will be back to break down a couple of things we saw today in this spring game. Right after this, the final from Clover Park this afternoon, the St. Louis Cardinals 4 and the New York Mets 3. Back with more next on Odyssey Mets Radio.
Let's go Mets! Rothenberg Law Firm steps up to the plate.
It's a tough insurance company they're up against, but no match for Rothenberg.
Oh, the pitcher's known for his fastball, the no-pay. But the Rothenberg Law Firm handles those with ease.
I bet he throws a curveball here, the world-famous low-ball offer.
Here's the pitch. Rothenberg Law Firm has hit it out of the park. Another win for the Rothenberg Law Firm. Be a lawyer for injured ones. InjuryLawyer.com.
50 years from now, will jeans be wide or skinny? Will email still exist? Will guac still be extra? One thing is certain. If you won the new Millionaire for Life from the New Jersey Lottery today, you'd still be getting $1 million every year for life. That's enough money to say, bring it on, the future. I will have that guacamole at any price.
Play the new Millionaire for Life today. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, boss. Gotta go.
It's only 11 a.m.
Yeah, it's important, though.
Well, can it wait?
Ugh, not really. It's the Nissan Now Sales event. I can save on an award-winning Nissan like the Rogue, new Pathfinder, and Frontier.
Your report is due today.
Yeah, you're right. Nissan is #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power.
This is your job.
Well, it's called Nissan Now, not Nissan Later.
What?
Anywho, don't worry. I'm going to take you for a spin.
Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, 2026 Nissan Murano, or 2025 Nissan Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit J.D. Power.